All right, we are back on the air. This is Scandal, and I'm with
Daniela.
the effervescent
Oh,
Danielle Pryor. We are Genderswag Radio, and we are back. I don't know about you, Danielle, but I couldn't wait to get back to the studio.
it seems like it's been a while. I feel
Right?
like we've been, yeah, yeah.
It's a labor of love because we're doing all this out of our, our meager
Yes.
earnings. But Gender Swag, for all of you who don't know, Gender Swag Radio is a organization that I don't know. We may end up going nonprofit, but for right now, we're out of pocket. How about that? And what we're doing is we're keeping people abreast of what's going on in the community, the LGBT community, in particular, our friends and allies. So we talk about a lot of stuff. So, Dump Trump was the thing last year, and everyone told me, "Shut up! He's not going to win. I can't hear it anymore. You're delusional." And here we are, living
Now,
the dream.
now the dump truck will be a thing forevermore, apparently.
Right, living the dream that is Donald Trump, President Trump. But we talk about a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, we want to let you guys know that our Gender Swag TV is going to be up and running as of tonight. We will put up two brand new episodes of our radio show there. So go to YouTube and look up Gender Swag TV, and you'll find us. But in the meantime, you can hear our musically inclined version of the show over at mixcloud.com. That's m.mixcloud.com/genderswag, all one word, GENDERSWAG. We're also on Twitter at what is it? Gender Swag YOU.
Yes.
She's just here to help the old man out. I'm like, what happened, girl?
When he's lost in the middle of a sentence, you know.
But it's Gender Swag YOU at Twitter. And then Instagram, of course, Gender Swag, all one word. We do have a GoFundMe account in case you feel inclined. Throw us a few coins. GoFundMe.com/genderswag. So there you have it. Our motto. What is our motto? I'm
Don't-
okay with me.
you,
Oh my God.
you put me on the spot.
We got to
Sorry.
get you some ginkgo biloba now.
Oh gosh.
I'm
Yes,
okay
I'm
with
okay
me.
with me.
I'm okay with me, so I don't mind you. We got a fantastic record too that's out. It's up on iTunes. It's called Gender Swag.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that was awesome.
right? You like it?
I love it.
2005, and it was produced by Bet Boys. And yeah, go and get it. It's a really fun anthem type of thing for the summer. So now that we're back, we want to talk about a couple of things tonight. We definitely want to make sure that we keep up on what's happening. So, unfortunately, we're going to start off with the Ariana Grande,
Oh yes.
yeah, Manchester thing. We're a big fan of Ariana Grande's
Yeah, yeah.
music.
Weren't we just talking about her little
We
brother
right,
last
her
week? I
little
think.
brother,
Who?
whom we also like, right? Let's find
Yes.
him.
What?
What's his name again?
Oh
You
gosh.
brought him on the.
Yeah, no, because he just came out with a track.
Yeah, what happened in Manchester um, is really a testament to why organizations like us exist and why we try to be a support factor in these really, crazy times that we're in. It's the unthinkable happens, unfortunately, a lot more regularly than ever before. And that was a real tragedy. It was so bad, in fact, that I saw it. I saw when they were doing the live news coverage, and
Right.
I actually couldn't watch it at first.
No, me either. Because I think I was at work or something, and I kept getting notifications from all the news sites and all those apps, and it was just blowing up on every social media, everything. And yeah, the videos were awful.
It's funny, and I'm gonna go biblical, and because I'm like on Netflix, when on my downtime, I'm not sitting at home on Netflix all the time. But when I have a moment, there's a show called The Bible that I don't know if you saw any of it. I think
No,
it
I
was a
haven't.
series that Roma Downey, who used to be Touched by an Angel. I don't know, for all you octogenarians out there, that was a really popular show back in the day. She's the executive producer for this series called The Bible. It's really quite good. And you've got like all kinds of contemporary actors, and they just take the story of the Bible and they put it through some modern day translations, but it's very authentic.
Yeah.
Like they don't give you that whole cheesy Cecil B. DeMille where everybody's wearing the jewelry and the high gloss and glitter. And
Right. Okay.
that you're like, how that bitch, how she get that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm bringing that up because that whole like First Testament is about blood and violence and
Right.
baby killing, and I mean just the most abhorrible things, if that's even a word, stuff imaginable. And yet here we are in 2017, and not much has changed.
Oh, not much has changed at all because after that there was the the bombing in Manchester at the concert, and then there's all through the news it's like gay killings across like several countries still, and you hear about these everybody being hung and stoned
and thrown off
sounds like
rooftops
we're in medieval times.
yeah,
like,
nothing's
it's
changed.
fucking ridiculous.
That's the whole thing. I was watching that Testament, the Bible series, and I said, wow, we are still in the dark ages.
Oh, and LeBron James, his house just got broken into a couple of days ago, and somebody wrote, it was just said racial slurs, through all over his wall, like space painted the wall of his home.
God, my God. And I was watching New York One. I love New York One. They had the little byline at the bottom this morning when I was getting dressed, saying that a gay man in North Carolina was afraid for his life because apparently he belonged, I hope, to a church out there that they tried to beat the homosexual demons out of him.
Oh my God.
That is so biblical stuff. That's like stoning and
Right.
all of that shit that used to go down back. It's still happening.
It's still happening. Yeah, it hasn't, just because it may not seem as prominent in society because there's more going on top of it, doesn't mean like there's not plenty of people out there that still like mentally live in the Stone Age.
Yeah, I don't understand. And you know what? When you have a figurehead, and I use that term very loosely, I cannot call him my president. I'm sorry.
No, I think when you say President Trump, it sounds like a joke. Like I can't even say the words. No, yeah, I won't.
Yeah, and when you have such a guy who's like the poster child for discrimination and a rich society versus a human society, rich society over a human society.
Exactly.
It's easy to see where people are being, how do you say, empowered by their hate, and how it's starting to get even more prevalent and more in our face.
Yeah.
I mean, as gay people, LGBT,
Yeah.
we unfortunately live with that kind of fear and
Right.
stuff every day. People don't think that it's as extreme as it is because we're in modern times and we're not being in this country thrown from rooftops. But you know what? If you dig deep enough, it's happening here too.
Right. It may not be as
Yeah.
obvious as somebody throwing rocks.
You're
in the
not going
middle
to
of the
see like a
street.
crowd of people, like in some of the countries throughout the world, gay people are persecuted to the point of where we're taking to rooftops and thrown off.
Right.
And if you happen to survive the fall, they're having children, these communities stone the life out of the survivors. That is some really messed up stuff.
It's incredibly messed up. But then there's not, I can't say trust is messed up, but there's messed up stuff going on here too. It's just a little more subtle, I guess, or it's a little. We like to think nothing's happening here, so it's easier to turn a blind eye to, and just be like, oh, it's just a one-time thing, but it's not. That crap happens here every day.
Oh yeah, right here on DeKalb Avenue, not too far from where we taped the show, a lesbian couple was attacked.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was about a week ago, maybe. Right in the train station, a guy went after them, and AVP, the Anti-Violence Project, which is located here in New York, They really do amazing work. And guys, we want you to find their website. I'm going to look it up right now. But AVP has a really great connection. It's like a network of information that you can subscribe to. I'm on their list as a community activist.
Yeah.
Um, but they keep you abreast of what's going down, and when the incidents do occur,
Mhm.
they blast it so that you know what's happening, you know where it happened, and they also, which I really love
Okay.
about them,
Yeah.
they give you a to-do list of in a proactive sense of what you can do if you should unfortunately find yourself in that situation or if you happen to witness it.
Yeah.
There's some really cool things that we can do that I wasn't aware of. You know, tips like shouting and doing specific reactionary responses to
Oh
the
yeah.
situation, which could detour or in some cases maybe even stop it
Yeah.
from happening. So it's a really cool
Nice.
organization, Anti-Violence Project. Big up to you guys, AVP. I think it's
Nice.
avp.org. Let me see if I can find them. Look them up, guys, especially you youngins out there who may be kind of like nervous because I
In the
know.
big city, don't take any risks if you don't have to.
No, and it's Pride Month, so we really want to kind of like make sure that we know what the hell is happening all the time.
Because yeah, and if nothing other than what month it is, that's gonna escalate
Yeah, because
the
it's summer,
the
right?
love and the hate. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The heat's gonna start getting to people's heads.
The what?
The heat is gonna start getting to people's heads.
It already has. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Anti-Violence Project. Let me see what pops up. Anti-Violence Project. New York City Anti-Violence Project. The homepage is avp.org. So there you go. The New York City Anti-Violence Project. They're great. Their phone number is 212-714-1141. You can also donate to them to help them, you know, keep the front line because they really are at the front line.
Yeah.
I was at a trial for a transgender homicide about a year ago. Isla Nettles, beautiful. Oh my gosh, she was so pretty. Young transgender woman was brutally beaten to death in broad daylight in one of the inner city housing projects. And at the trial for the murder, Genderswag was there. I was there, and I was interviewing people and getting to know the family. Um, and they were there, the AVP, some of their staff and volunteers and stuff, and I was just so like impressed with them.
Yeah, that's I've heard of them before, but it's been a while. I'm not all too familiar with
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what exactly that they do, but that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I really want to partner up with them, Gender Swag, and get
Yeah,
more of a family
definitely.
thing going. Um, it's not all doom and gloom here. We
Right.
definitely are here to make you smile.
Yeah.
But we have to also stay current. There's a lot of stuff. I will say this about our show.
Hmm.
We are against the wave in the sense that there's a lot of year-round celebration
Yes.
that
Yeah.
goes on. I'll just say it, nicely, in our community, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we face a lot of shit every day that most people don't have to. So the way we cope, our coping systems are to be, in those zones as much as possible, just to even feel like we can survive.
Exactly.
But it's more important that we also wake up and know what was happening and what we can do about it,
Right.
what we should be doing about
To
it.
be aware that there's something that should be done because there are these things taking place. You know, you can't ignore them.
Let me ask you something.
What?
You're young, beautiful, and part of our community. So when Pride Month comes around, do you see any kind of like activism going on? I've always.
A little, yeah. There's more. I noticed more around that time than most times. Um, Especially in the city, like certain areas of the city, there'll be like more events at certain, bars and concerts and things like that. Especially like the Lower East Side area.
Mm,
And there's a couple of the New Yorican. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, New York Poet Cafe
Yeah,
Society.
they
Okay.
do. I think Pride Month. At least a couple years ago, I know they had like every weekend of Pride Month. They had something. It was like a LGBTQ like spoken word or concert series. There's something going on there. And then it's a bit more. I can't say it's like exponential, but the more love you see, the more hate you see too. So there's that also. The good, you get the good with the bad, because it also means that the more people that are out trying to say something good, there's gonna be just as many people as there were prior, trying to negate that in a way.
It'd be nice to have a nice interjection of current events. I don't know if that's the proper term for it. I know I love a good parade, okay, and a good party, and a barbecue, and a bar mitzvah, and everything that goes along with that. And God knows I've done enough of them over the years. But I'd like to see a little bit more meat and potatoes in our
More
pride
substance,
celebration,
not like
or at least more awareness, like more
awareness. Yeah, I
right?
think that's what it is. Like, celebrate and be happy and all that crap, but realize we're celebrating for a reason, and we're not out of the woods. So
No, we're not.
We need to. Yeah, I think
We're not.
especially like in the city, I know like it's become more of a celebration than fundraisers or charities or just like more on a serious note. I guess it's more just like lackadaisical.
Tell me what you think about this idea. I was thinking that we could, because I was watching the news again this morning, and there was I forget who she was. I'm so sorry, but she's a really vibrant, extremely powerful woman of color, and she is a Democrat, and she's a leader in Democratic political New York scene here, and she was on New York One and being featured because she was trying to polarize the different parties of the Democratic, political.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently there's, like all these different, not unlike, the gay, the LGBT community, the LMNO. I guess she was trying to put you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The QYFTs with the STUVs. And so I thought that it would be great if we could, as Gender Swag, kind of tap into that and find out who our community leaders are in the political sense. Like, who's out there that's who do we have any senators? Do we have any?
That's a great question, because I have absolutely zero idea, and I like to think I'm a little in tune with some stuff.
Let me see what we can find out with a quick search. What do you think?
Yeah, who was it that just some European country, I think. I was looking at, I was scrolling through Twitter, and somebody just hired their first gay prime minister or something. But that's not in our country, so I know LGBT political leaders in other places.
Yeah, I mean,
but
list of the first LGBT holders of political offices in the United States. See, we got to get Christine Quinn. I know her because she's really out there, very powerful. I like her. People, don't. I don't understand why. Okay, so I just did, this is what I put in, folks. I put in LGBT New York politician. And the first thing that came up was a list of the first LGBT holders of political offices in the United States. And I like Wikipedia. I throw down with them when I have coinage because, I don't know, it's like, knowledge for dummies.
It
for
is.
me.
It's just real straightforward.
Right, I just go, Wikipedia is right there for me.
It's
God
always
bless
the
you.
first thing to pop up.
Christine Quinn is on there. Everybody's on there. But, we like to show the normal way of getting information on our radio.
This is the way the world gets information now, is through Facebook news and Google searches.
We want you to see how easy it is to tap into this information. So,
especially with all the crap fake news that's out there.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it's such a problem, and everybody gets their news from social media. But just, type into Google for shits and giggles, just to be sure.
Yeah, LGBT New York politician. So there you go. And we're going to do it. I'm going to follow up on this. And I'm gonna contact a couple of folk, and I want to see if we can get some stuff going as far as the awareness goes, and tap into what is actually happening for Pride Month on this level,
Okay.
aside from
Yeah.
the peer party and all of that stuff, which is
The political
fabulous.
level.
Right. We're even getting together. Our event, we're going to have our continuation of the Gender Swag concert series. 'Cause, we had a really
Yeah.
good one um, a year ago at Stonewall, and it was LGBT hip hop, and we had some of the most awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're amazing. You can see footage from that concert at Gender Swag TV, and it really was an event to be proud of. Not only was the music dope, but those artists deserve all the love. They really do. So, who, speaking of music, is there anybody that's floating your boat right now?
Oh gosh. Um.
Doesn't have to just be LGBT. Oh, while you're doing that, I'm gonna look up Ariana Grande
Oh,
because
I was. I found her brother. It's Frankie.
Frankie Grande,
Yeah.
Frankie,
Oh yeah. You know who I love? Miguel.
D. Miguel, the singer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know of him. Oh, Frankie Grande is so cute.
He is really cute. Oh look at. Oh, I love his hair there. There.
Yeah, well, kind of looks like yours.
I know. He's.
Frankie, what's his track? What is the song that he?
um.
Let me see. Frankie Grande. Oh, Wikipedia.
There you go. It is.
He's the half brother of singer and actress Ariana Grande. He's been on Broadway as Franz in the musical Rock of Ages. Who knew?
And
See?
then Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia has played roles off Broadway. Wow.
So
He was
he's been all over the place.
Yeah, America's Best Dance Crew, hosted TV show. Wow, look at that. Who knew?
Good for him.
Let me see. Let's look him up on YouTube, right? See what the song is.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It was
Papa Don't Preach, the new version.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Frankie Grande. Where you at, Frankie? Is it Big Brother? Hold on.
It's this one, Queen.
Ah, okay. She putting a little Mac on. I like her.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, speaking of like her, look what just came up. Wonder
Woman?
Woman. Tell me how you feel about her.
I like her. I'm excited for this. I think it's gonna be really good.
Look, if I'm like jazz over the previews,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
What's the name of this song? It's called Queen. And you can tell just by the way he opened up the eyes in the first few seconds that this song is trying to tell you something.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a novelty song, I think. Like I think as a young artist, like you've gotta have that one track that's kind of about like I don't know.
That's what he's singing about? Is that it's like really hard to be a queen in the music scene?
A little bit, yeah. But because he God, who I was reading when I was first read about this track, he was talking about his like musical inspiration is like Kurt Cobain or something.
Oh my God.
So
In another life, we were lovers.
oh yeah.
I swear to God, when I first saw him, I had like I don't know, like multi mental orgasms over and over and over and over and over. I loved Kurt Cobain, and you know who scares the shit out of me to this day?
Who?
Courtney Love.
Really?
I'll tell you why. I don't know what anybody thinks, and I know she's real hardcore still. I like what she's doing now, though, like the acting roles and stuff that she's doing.
Yeah.
I think it suits her.
A little better, like when
Right.
of course what she was trying to do. Like,
But around the day, just before he committed suicide, or just after, there was this big underground backlash, I think, towards her. Right? People were trying to say that she was going after the money and that she was got him like hooked on
Oh
drugs, and
shit.
there was all this real hate Courtney type
Yeah.
thing. And me and my fictitious romance,
Oh, you felt
I
a
was like,
way.
she murdered my man.
She did. Oh, I get it
You
now.
see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I scared of the bitch. And
yeah. Fight the bitch.
I was working in Soho, true story, at a furniture store. And no, I was behind the counter at the furniture store, and they had a huge glass front. And who goes walking past but Courtney Love? And I kid you not, something told her to look because I saw her and I lost my mind. I was
Yeah.
like, she turned and she saw me. And she came in the store
Seriously?
with her friend or entourage and all this stuff. And she wanted, it was so weird, Danielle, I'm not making this up. I was trying to get away from her because I was terrified. And she somehow seemed to know it.
Uh-huh.
And she just kept trying to like get me to help her. And I wouldn't, no matter what happened. I ended up going downstairs in the lunchroom because I was so like,
Oh my god. You
I
thought
can't.
she was
I
checking in
said,
on you.
I said she killed my man. I can't be around this bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
But